G'day Cobbas, welcome back to All Things Halo. So today I have something very special to share with you, and it is the Nemesis Now Master Chief Bust Box. So the reason why it's called a bust box is, well, you can take the top of his helmet off and put something in there if you like. So I'm going to get to the unboxing of this. I will be doing a little time lapse because I don't want anyone to get, sore ears because of all the screeching and the scratching from all the styrofoam. So I will be back in a second. Moving on to popularity. So I'm not too sure on how popular this guy actually is, as he's only just kind of come out within the last couple of months. So it hasn't had the time to bloom. It hasn't had the time to get into everybody's hands yet, because it is a little bit more on the pricier side. I did have to pay a little bit extra for it to get shipped here to Australia, and I had to use a third-party website. I do think that this guy will be loved by many. I do know that some people had their opinions about it being a bust, and some people had their opinions about it being like a box. So I think that those are very unique, and I do appreciate Nemesis Now for bringing this type of figure to us. I think it looks fantastic. So for popularity, I'm definitely going to give it a 5 out of 5 Halo rings for sure. So onto packaging. I know the camera angle for this video is going to be a little bit up and down and off to the left and off to the right, but the box is big, this guy's big, so just please bear with me. So the box, it looks great. Like, you don't even really need to take him out of the box because he looks virtually the same. If you are a person that likes to keep everything boxed, then cool. You could just display this as it is, and it's the same thing, which is always nice to see. Although this has a little bit more of the dry brushing than what mine actually does, but that's okay because they're all hand painted, which means they're all going to be different, so just keep that in mind. So moving on to a side panel. This is a nice side panel. It depicts the rest of the line. So you've got the bust box here, which I have. This is the tank card, and this is like a helmet box, so you can actually take the top off the helmet and you can store more things similar to Chief, but in like a bigger scale. So I do have these two, and I will be reviewing them in time, but if you'd like to see that, please let me know. So moving on to the back, yeah, just gives you more of a depiction of what's going on here. He comes with his signature AR Master Chief, and it's showing you that he can have his helmet taken off, so that's nice. Moving on to this side panel, it's just talking about the sculpted design and that it's hand painted and so on and so forth, so that's quite nice. The top of the box, Master Chief bust box in a couple different languages, which is really cool. And on the bottom, I'm sure, is just, yes, all the mumbo jumbo, so that's not that important. I do want to say though, I feel like the cardboard for this box is just a little bit too thin for me. I feel like there's not much standing between the cardboard and the styrofoam. The styrofoam is okay though, which is nice. So for packaging, I'm going to give this a 5 out of 5 Halo rings for sure. Now moving on to collection appeal. So I do have a couple of extra figures out that I put down. This is the Gentle Giant Arbiter. My number is, let's have a look, 142 out of 300. So I would consider this Arbiter to be a grail piece. As you can see, only 300 made. I'm not sure if there's different, 300 made for Australia, 300 made for America. I'm not too sure, but I'm just happy to have one in my collection. Over here in the back on the right is the 12-inch Jazzwares Master Chief. I did weather mine and put a black wash on it and paint the AR. He looks $1 million now. He looks fantastic. Over here, I have the 2 hunters from McFarlane. I had to put 2 because they always come in pairs. Just remember, if you kill one on its own, the other one enrages, and you know what happens. You die. Moving on to the Master Chief in the middle that we're going to be speaking about, which is the Nemesis Now Bust Box. I definitely think that this guy is going to make your collection pop. He looks fantastic, but I also want to say he is going to do perfectly fine on his own. He can be a standalone piece somewhere in your home, obviously up high, keep it away from kids. And he's going to look fantastic. He's just so easily identifiable. He kind of has that nice modern, I don't know, he just has that awesome aesthetic. He can just fit in anywhere. He doesn't necessarily have to be a part of a big collection. He's going to look great in a big collection, don't get me wrong, but he can also stand on his own, which is awesome. So for collection appeal, I'm definitely giving this guy 5 out of 5 Halo rings, for sure. Now moving on to buy now, sale, or clearance. So I'm going to be straight up and just talk about a couple key points here. So just remember that we don't know if these are going to be a limited type of thing. I don't know if Nemesis now has only made 1,000 of them and just distributed them and that's it, or if they're just going to continue making more, depending on the demand. I am going to tell you guys to buy this now, but just remember, this thing is expensive and you should definitely make an educated choice when buying. For me, I would say buy this now based on my opinion. He's going to make your collection look great. We don't know if there's a limited number. It's just an awesome piece to have. He looks very modern. He's a standalone piece, so if you don't have much Halo or you just like this and you want to display this, awesome. If you have a collection that you want to put him in, even better. And if you want to collect all the other parts to Nemesis now, like the tankard, the helmet box, and the bust box, go for it. They'd all look so good together because they're all from the same company. They all have the same paint color. They're just going to look fantastic. So 100% buy it now, but just remember to make an educated decision before you're spending big amounts of money on these things. Moving on to the end of the video now. So if you guys like this review, please let me know. Like I said before, I'm going to be doing all different types of stuff, whether it's figures or if it's like this type of stuff where display collectibles or clothing or just kind of anything Halo really. So please stay tuned to see my review of the tankard, which I'm really excited to be doing. But just remember, as always, enjoy your day.